Here with us now, Obama campaign senior strategist Robert Gibbs. Robert.
An original Nashville cat.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Oh, look, he's dressed up and ready to go to the big party tonight. What's Barack Obama got to do to win the debate tonight?
Look, I think what he's got to do is talk about the big issues that are facing the country and talk about his record for change. I think it's going to be quite a contrast. We're going to see John McCain try to deliberately not talk about the economy, try to turn the page, as his campaign said. But I think you'll see a forceful Barack Obama make the case for change and improving our economy and getting it back on track. I think that's what's on voters' minds, and I think that's what we'll talk about.
Yeah, and you know what the McCain campaign is talking about? We had Rudy Giuliani on just a few minutes ago. I'm sorry I have to bring it up because I have to ask you to respond. Go ahead. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, Mika, let me tell you, if you'd had a lie detector test on Rudy Giuliani, one of you guys would have been hit in the head with one of those needles. He was off the charts.
All right.
It's fine to have a debate, but let's get the facts right. Let's try to get in the ballpark of truth. And I don't think Rudy Giuliani is in the same area code.
Okay. Well, speaking of truth, though, Robert, I'm just going to tell you what the McCain campaign put out yesterday, and they had quotes. True or false? Because David Axelrod said Obama didn't know that Ayers was a terrorist when Ayers introduced him to Chicago politics. Is that true? Did Barack Obama know that William Ayers was a terrorist when Ayers introduced him in his home to Chicago politicians? True or false?
No. What David said was accurate. What David said was very accurate. Look, Joe, as has been written by any number of news organizations, what's been written by the New York Times, they knew each other. They worked on two boards together. They were not close.
But Obama didn't. No. Back to my question. Now let's clean it up because you called Giuliani a liar. Let's make sure that you all are telling the truth here. Did Barack Obama, let me ask the question, did Barack Obama know? And again, I don't think voters care about this, but let's clean it up and get it out of the way. Did Barack Obama
I cleaned it up, Joe. I answered your question.
Well, you got to let me.
He did not.
You got to let me finish the question. Did Barack Obama know that William Ayers was a terrorist when William Ayers introduced him to Chicago politics in 1995 in his home?
Okay, I listened to the question. The answer is still he didn't.
He did not know he was a terrorist.
That's what David said yesterday.
Okay, very good.
Right.
Okay, is it true that William Ayers introduced him to Chicago politics when they had a meeting in his home in 1995?
That's not true, and the New York Times said it wasn't true.
Okay, and they served on boards together. What boards did they serve on together?
They served on an educational grant that was funded by very conservative Republican Walter Annenberg and a charity organization. Okay.
Has Obama condemned William Ayers for making statements like the McCain campaign keeps saying that Ayers has said he's sorry he didn't blow up more buildings?
Repeatedly.
So
repeatedly and every time he's asked.
You're telling me then that John McCain can no more wrap William Ayers around Barack Obama in this campaign than anyone will ever be able to wrap Robert Gibbs around my neck in future campaigns. Just acquaintances.
Well, I could be a huge liability, Joe. Don't get me wrong. I could be a huge liability.
If you don't think I don't worry about that every night, brother. Roll Tide.
You're cavorting with Auburn fans. That could be. That could be bad. No, look again. It shows you the depths at which and how desperate the John McCain campaign truly is right now. They don't want to talk about the issues that really confront the American people. They want to make up facts. Every news organization that watched this weekend said it was a desperate, despicable, dishonest attempt to smear Barack Obama. That's unfortunately, with 4 weeks left, it appears the only thing that John McCain has left.
Yeah, can we talk about taxes for a second here, which I'm sure is going to come up as an aspect of how everybody wants to try to deal with the economy, which is slowing. For sure. One thing that has been talked about in your part of the world is adjusting the capital gains tax rate, which on the one hand goes to the very rich who have the luxury of buying and selling gajillions of dollars worth of stock, but the vast majority of people who pay capital gains taxes are people who have retired, and that is in fact their income tax. They are on a fixed income at a time when fixed income is in trouble. How do you plan to sell a capital gains tax that may be politically popular because of its association with the rich, but the reality is will have a huge impact on people who do not have a variable income and who have retired?
We tell people that the capital gains tax under Barack Obama would be less than it was under Ronald Reagan or Bill Clinton.
I understand that, but you're still raising the tax on people who pay a capital gains tax for their retirement income.
Right.
I don't care. Listen, I could compare back to every decade of the past few hundred years. The fact of the matter is we're in a slowing economy, and this will net out to be an increase in taxes for people who do not generate an income outside of their fixed income investments.
But let's talk about seniors, because you mentioned how seniors are the ones.
That's what I'm talking about.
If the seniors, right? If seniors, Barack Obama has a plan that if you're a senior and you make less than $50,000 a year, you're not going to pay income taxes.
How are you going to pay for that?
That's the plan we have for them.
How do you pay for that?
By closing tax loopholes and tax havens that allow companies to move jobs overseas while we still give them a tax break. All these things are paid for, and Barack Obama is a net tax cutter in this.
So you
don't
basically
believe the commercials that John McCain.
Just to get clarity, you raise corporate taxes or eliminate loopholes in order to recapture lost tax revenue on the corporate side. You raise taxes on what you deem to be the rich, whatever they are, and in exchange for that, right, you basically offset the tax increase on retirees from capital gains. Is that correct?
Right, it's tax fairness. It's those who can afford to pay more will. It's a little bit of equity and a little bit of fairness back in our tax code. Because right now, if you're a wealthy corporation, you've got hundreds and hundreds of loopholes where you can hide money or move it overseas, while you and me, regular people, are paying through the nose. It's time to make sure that the middle class get a tax cut, that seniors get a tax cut, and we have a little bit more fairness in our system.
But when you raise taxes on people making over $250,000, you're also raising taxes on small businesses, which you know fuel this economy. Isn't that problematic?
There's under our plan, about 1.3% of those small businesses would pay more.
Which unfortunate 1.3%. I hope it's not a small business.
The ones that are doing,
it's a very small business.
Joe, the ones that are doing really well.
Oh, okay. So we punish people who are successful.
Hey, Robert, looking at tonight.
I'm sorry. It's just a reflexive Republican thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Right. A lot of reflexive issues.
Joe. Here's what it is. Here's what it is, Joe. People like you who make a lot of money, you'll pay a little bit more.
Oh no. Well, actually I don't make money. They pay me in dog food.
Me and Willie, tax cut.
Thank you. Thank you, Gibbs.
Very good.
Robert, looking ahead at tonight, is there an opportunity for Barack Obama to show some leadership on this economic crisis we're facing? I think he's gotten some criticism for monitoring the situation. I can see why politically that might be helpful to him. I mean, he's doing better. Why rock the boat? At the same time, there are calls by some for real leadership, for somebody we haven't seen before who can take the reins on this and say the tough things that need to be said to America and lead us into the future. Can he do that?
Absolutely. Look, I think, Mika, obviously I would. I don't think that Barack Obama has been passive at all in this. I think if you look at any objective observer would tell you that Barack Obama spent a lot of time working on this rescue package and making sure that the votes were there in the House and making sure, quite frankly, that it was fair, that we had oversight and we weren't compensating CEOs through the roof. I don't think Barack Obama has been passive on this, and I think tonight he will demonstrate leadership in moving this economy forward and getting it back on track. Unlike John McCain, who doesn't want to talk about the issue, I can assure you it's the issue that Barack Obama does want to talk about.
Boy, Willie, you can tell by the way he uses his walk. He's a woman's man. No time to talk.
He really is. And
he is staying alive.
It's a Tennessee thing, I think.
I want to commend him for keeping his composure. He's back merely 4 days later at the scene of the crime of what happened Saturday night. And he has performed admirably. All credit to you, Robert.
The scene of the crime, of course.
I got to tell you, Willie, I'm still surprised I haven't gotten an email from Willie on this. I really am.
I told you, when you win and you have this winning tradition like we've had, you learn to win with class and with grace. We let our opponents down easy.
1943, 2008. Yes. All right, Robert. I still don't know how Auburn lost to a co-ed football team, but they got some pretty tough women on the outside of Auburn's defense.
Don't even get me started. I'll give you that cranky John McCain, hey kids, get off my lawn look. It's not pretty.
No, I'm not going to give me your football back.
Just wash your hands. Well, he asked him to wash his hands.
Yeah,
we all need to wash our hands.
And inflate your tires. All right. Robert Gibbs, thank you so much.